Good morning, good evening, wherever you are tuning in from. This is Conversations with Jack, episode 3. Today, I have a couple of the Proposal 34 signers here with me, Immasssi and Joe.
Hey, Jack.
Was started towards the end of Christmas. A bunch of community members got together, and a bunch of community members got together and put up a community spend proposal to spend around $750,000 of atoms on marketing the asset Atom. And that proposal ended up passing with quite a bit of participation from Atom holders and quite a lot of voting from individual Atom holders as well, which is something we were really, really excited about, because this is something that, Joe and Immasssi are individual Atom holders. They're not very closely associated with the project. And folks like them have been advocating for more of a marketing spend from the Cosmos project for quite a while. So before we dig into the meat of this episode, I'm going to ask each of them to introduce themselves. Immasssi, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Jack. Everybody knows me as Massi in the space. Yes, I'm basically validating many SDK-based chains in the Cosmos ecosystem with our validator, SG1. And I'm also quite active for the past 2.5, 3 years in the ecosystem, trying to build on all fronts. Let's get into the proposal.
Cosmos tip bot, and also you're the #1 influencer on the Atom hashtag. So thank you, Immasssi.
Thank
Joe.
you. So go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you guys also know me as Joe, but that's not my real name. So I'm kind of just like a guy that I was into crypto, found Cosmos after it listed on Binance, and CZ made a tweet about it, and I was like, okay, let me look into this. And then ever since then, I kind of just fell down the Cosmos rabbit hole. I just like came into the community by like hanging on Telegram and just being a troll and just talking to a bunch of people, learning as much as I can. And my day job is I'm a mechanical engineer, so software and coding stuff isn't my forte, but I just love blockchain and these ecosystems we're building and what we can accomplish from this. And Cosmos is the best tool to do it, in my opinion, along with Bitcoin, which most people know I'm a big Bitcoiner. So.
I think that there's, funny enough, a long history of overlap between Cosmos folks and Bitcoin folks. If you go back in the history of Cosmos to when Bucky and Jay and Zachy kind of got together to put together the initial ideas that started Cosmos, they were Bitcoiners at the time. And they looked at what Ethereum was doing and they said, that's not going to scale. We got to figure out a better way to do it. Yeah. I worked at Blockstack prior to working at Cosmos, which is a really strong Bitcoiner company. And we had, there's a lot of folks coming over from the Bitcoin community into Cosmos, which is a really cool thing. So with those intros out of the way, Proposal 34 talked about a few different things. We talked about YouTube videos, YouTube influencers. We talked about
memes.
A meme contest, which is one of the things that I'm most excited about. I really want to see Jack Black come out with his best. We also talked about a PR agency to help us get some earned media. And then I think the last one was banner ads and paid ad placement with exchanges. So let's kind of take those backwards. Paid ads and ads with exchanges. What progress have we made on that front?
So over the past 2.5 weeks after the proposal passed, we've been basically all of us planning this out. Obviously, we're not ourselves executing this, but we're having an agency and also Tendermint executing the plan, and we as signers make sure that all these points are executed according to the wish of the community. Yeah, so where do we want to start? I would say maybe with the influencer campaign, yeah?
Well, yeah, I was thinking we could leave the influencer campaign towards the end and talk initially about the banner ads. One note about the execution. Fantastic job. We've also had a number of folks from the community of Atom holders reach out and give us referrals for exchanges and influencers to talk to. Yeah. Immasssi, do you want to just jump straight to the influencer campaign?
Yeah, sure. So basically, with Adriana, head of marketing at Tendermint, we're basically going over all the influencers that we can reach right now. We've compiled a list over the past 2 weeks and carefully selecting the best influencers based on the cost and the reach that we can get. Also working with an agency who's going to oversee this. And I think out of all the 4 points, I think this one will have the biggest impact. Obviously, this is going to be rolled out starting next week over a 3-month time frame. And yeah, we're really excited about that right now.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that I've learned as a part of this process of sort of looking at the current state of crypto marketing is that YouTube is this huge entry funnel for new users coming into the space to learn about it. Joe, did you use YouTube? Do you use YouTube to find out about crypto stuff?
Oh, dude, when I first came in, I would YouTube every single shitcoin. I watch videos on so much crazy stuff. It's not even believable. But yeah, so I think it's definitely a way, because when you come into the space, you can kind of say I'm just going to go with Bitcoin and I'm not going to look at anything more complex, and that's okay. But if you want to try to understand what's going on, you have to use other resources. You can't, you need to trust someone, or at least so yeah, I used a lot of YouTube, a lot of Google searching and stuff, but I think YouTube and Twitter is where we're going to get the most people that are going to really buy into what Cosmos is doing and understand what's going on. And we've got a pretty good list put together of people, and we reached out to some individually one-on-one, and then some through the agency that we got hooked up with through them. So there's some good momentum in that area, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I think we're starting to execute on payments this week, which is great. So really excited about that campaign. I think that one of the things that's going to be a little bit different in the tone of this marketing versus what we've seen in the past, and this is one thing that this group has really been working closely with the AIB team on, is that a lot of the past marketing of Cosmos has only been developer focused, and it's only been focused on gaining adoption for our core software platforms like the Cosmos SDK. And as you can see with the massive adoption that we've seen of the SDK, and I feel obligated to mention Cosmos Cap right now, which is just a great resource if folks haven't checked it out. This shows you the market cap and a bunch of data about all of the listed Cosmos tokens. And that's been our focus for so long, and building up this community and building up this ecosystem has been something that we've been working so hard on. We have not really done a good job of explaining what Atom is for and what the hub is for. And even when you look at this Stargate upgrade, a lot of the verbiage that we've been pushing out in marketing for a while has been it's way faster, it's way better, it has IBC, without talking about what this upgrade really means for Atom. And what this upgrade really means for Atom is that we've shipped the white paper, and now we can move on to building things that are really valuable on top of the Cosmos Hub. And this marketing campaign is going to focus on where we've been, i.e. we finished the white paper and we've shipped this incredible system that's live today, unlike all of our competition. And the other thing that it's going to focus on is what's coming next. And, Immasssi and Joe, I've seen you guys talking quite a bit about what's coming next. What are some of the features coming up on the Cosmos Hub that you're most excited about?
I'll just say IBC to start. IBC is amazing. It's just allowing, easiest way to explain it really is the old days of the intranet, where companies would have their own network within their building, but then the data can't leave. But IBC is allowing the data and tokens, which is just a form of data, the value, to flow around between blockchains and unlock some crazy use cases that we've seen through Sentinel, Akash, Athea, Secret Network. I mean, you just go down the list. There's some cool stuff going on. And IBC allows Atom to be the routing hub and the liquidity for the whole entire network. Oh, did I lose some people here?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Okay. I don't know where I cut out at.
Liquidity on the hub.
Oh, so the hub can act as, which is Atom, can act as a router for liquidity and packets of information around the entire cosmos, which makes up 210 mainnets. So there's going to be demand for it, and I'm really excited about IBC, but there's more.
Yeah, I also think that the biggest advantage that we will notice right away, and that the hub itself has right now, is decentralization. With a decentralized launch, and on top of that, with the highest security out of all the chains in the ecosystem. When we see the automated market making and liquidity module, go live in a month or so, combined with the decentralization and the security, I think this is going to be the hotspot for all the 210 chains, to route transactions through the hub, to use the DEX, and that alone, just that use case, I think is going to drive insane value to Atom. Few realize it at this point, but as B Harvest already said, transaction fees, gas fees, swap fees, they're all going to be paid in Atom by default. So this use case is really powerful. But as I also mentioned on Twitter, there's around 21 different use cases which are also targeted right now, and which are going to be focused on now that the white paper 1.0 is done. So we're really excited about this, yeah, and this is going to be the main focus for the hub this year.
Yeah, I think that there's a few more features that I'd like to chat about a little bit as well. And the first one is the chain naming system. So, Joe is talking about IBC and how the hub's going to be a router. Immassy is talking about how that central place is going to allow the hub to offer other services that are going to bring a lot of value to Atom holders. But, the internet and Joe made this really nice analogy of IBC to the internet. And, that's really what we built. We built a permissionless communication protocol that allows any two blockchains that are IBC enabled to transmit arbitrary data between them. And in the same way of the internet, you need to map that system, and you need to have a way to easily assign human readable names to these things. And one of the things that's under development for the hub is the chain naming system. And this is going to be like DNS for blockchains. And, this is another thing that's going to enable the hub to fulfill this central role that we've assigned it in the Cosmos. And it's going to help. This chain naming service is basically going to make the hub a one-stop shop to find any blockchain within the greater Cosmos that you're looking for, connect to it, and send transactions to it. And, that sort of discoverability is really very difficult and really manual right now. And you see people, knitting it together with these various systems. In chain naming service that we'll be probably deploying in Q2, Q3, the AIB team, Tendermint, Pung's team is working on that. That will, really help bootstrapping the rest of the ecosystem. Another really exciting feature that we should see live this year, likely in Q4, is cross-chain staking. And this is really similar to, if you've heard people talk about shared security, where one blockchain is basically selling its security to another blockchain. This is that economic primitive for the Cosmos ecosystem. And as Immasssi was mentioning, the Cosmos Hub does have the highest security in the ecosystem. We have the most decentralized set of validators. We have this really true decentralized launch. The community that's come together around this is not centered around one company. We're broken up into many different companies. And that sort of staying power and resilience and security, we will be able to sell. That's a huge asset as Atom holders. And there's a lot of zones that are going to be bootstrapping that looks like I just cut out. There's a lot of zones that are bootstrapping that don't want to start with their own validator set that will want to pay the hub for security. And, those are the type of features that are going to bring huge revenues to Atom holders. And they're all going to get distributed to the bonded set. God, there's a few other features. Staking.
I got
go for it.
I'll throw in. So I'm personally excited for pegging assets into Cosmos in a trust minimized way, because all these solutions, when you peg your asset into another network, you're either trusting a set of signers, like a multi-sig, or a set of validators. And there's no other set of validators in the crypto world that I'd rather have my trust in than the Atom validators. So I'm excited to get some Bitcoin inside of Cosmos and unlocking some extra features for my Bitcoin. So if I want to spend a little bit, it's not a big deal. I don't need to worry about base layer Bitcoin transaction fees. Or if you want to use Uni, you have a Uni asset that you like, but you don't, and you want to trade or liquidity mine or whatever, you don't have to deal with their $50 transaction fees. You can settle the same collateral on Cosmos with 8-second block times, instant finality, and low fees. I mean, so I'm excited about pegging and using the Cosmos Hub as a trust minimized way of pegging assets into Cosmos.
Yeah, and one thing that I would note about that is that asset flow goes both ways with the bridge that I've been working on. So that means Atoms on Uniswap and all of these Cosmos-based assets being able to find markets over at Ethereum as well. And, a lot of people ask me, isn't Atom competitive with Ethereum? Isn't Atom an Ethereum killer? And, I don't think anyone that I've talked to at this project has ever thought we're going to kill Ethereum. What they've thought is that we're going to open up some new trade routes with Ethereum and increase the value of both of these ecosystems. And, if you look at that Cosmos Cap website, you'll see there's $14 billion of value in this ecosystem that we've built over the last few years. And we're about to connect all of that and then also plug it into Ethereum as well. So bringing this huge tidal wave of liquidity and additional value into the ecosystem, into the broader crypto ecosystem and into this broader DeFi ecosystem, and enabling a lot of really cool new things. Those are great points, Joe. Any features that we're forgetting? I feel like we didn't really talk about staking derivatives.
Well, there's a few. Yeah, there's staking derivatives. There's the liquidity module. There's share security, which we mentioned. There's oracles, cross-chain contracts, universal wallets, interchain auctions, smart contracts, equity, decentralized finance use cases, NFT, data marketplaces. There's so many use cases, and they're all going to be coming to the hub. So really, there's no limit. Like I keep saying, it's all about focusing this year on this. But maybe we can come back to the main topic real quick to finish this off. So the two points we didn't mention is the meme campaign for one, and the second one from proposal 34 is the ad campaign which we're running through many websites like stakingrewards.com and others. Joe, do you wanna pick one of those two and quickly talk about it?
You can go first. You're on a roll.
Yeah. So one of them is the meme campaign. This is one of the 4 points that we're going to be rolling out the coming week, and it's all about similar to the other 3 points. It's going to take place over a 3-month period. We're going to split it into 1-month competitions, and basically anyone on Twitter. We're going to focus on Twitter, obviously, and Telegram. Is going to be able to participate in this. It's going to be straightforward. The prices are actually quite high, so people really do get rewarded if they make a good entry. And yeah, we think this is going to have a viral effect on social. And so the idea with Proposal 34 obviously is to have a wide-reaching marketing effort. Yeah, so we try to cover all the grounds and try to extend it. Like I keep saying, it's really important that we keep knocking these points out, not just have 2 days where we're very active and then have 2 days where everyone's quiet. But we got to keep rolling this out over a 3-month period now that the cycle, the overall crypto cycle is picked up. So yeah, this is going to be really a strong 3 months for Atom. As everyone knows, the past 5 years have all been about development of the ecosystem, development of the protocols, the SDK, the consensus. So right now the marketing starts, right? So we are at level 0 right now. Yeah, we just started with an organic. We just started with an organic effort in the Cosmonaut group on Telegram. We're already at 400 members in less than 2 weeks. So we're really pushing that organically as well. Everyone's engaging, so we encourage everyone to join us there as well. And yeah, so looking forward to a good 3 months now. Yeah.
Yeah, Immasssi, I think that really, the fact that we were able to drum up as many folks as we did, as quickly as we did, just shows how passionate Atom holders are and how many of them there are out there who want to do this type of marketing and who want to get this message out there, which, is really cool. Having worked on the project for a while, it just is, I think, a credit to everyone involved and the great tech that we've ended up building. There's one question in the comments from Minnow Peterson, who is a huge Atom fan. Thank you, Minnow. Do you guys anticipate that mainstream companies will start using Cosmos, like a plug-and-play blockchain ecosystem, like Ruby on Rails is a framework for many systems? Minnow, that's a great question, and I actually tried to do my best to make the SDK modular so that large companies would adopt it. And I think the first large companies that we've seen adopt the SDK are exchanges. And if you go to that Cosmos Cap website and you look, there's a handful of very, very large exchanges: Binance, OKEX, Crypto.com, Huobi, HBTC. Like, all of these exchanges went and looked at everything out there. They looked at Hyperledger. They looked at all the best that IBM has to offer. They looked at Substrate and all of the best that ecosystem has to offer. And they looked at pretty much in a raft of other things out there. And every single one of those companies chose the Cosmos SDK. And the reason they chose the SDK is because it's production ready. It secures a ton of value online. And we've been repeatedly iterating on it to ensure that it meets the needs of users. And, I think that a lot of blockchain systems out there have been built to satisfy technical desires of their architects, and very few have been built to actually do what they're meant to do and host these crypto economic systems. And that's what Cosmos does better than anyone else. So, Minnow, great question, and thank you for that.
That got me
and I
about
will.
How, the other day I was talking to my buddy on Cosmos is a little different, where there can be centralized blockchains within Cosmos. There's nothing wrong with that inherent. I mean, like,
No.
There will be centralized blockchains, which will be of like a company, like you said. So the IBC allows centralized to talk with decentralized, and you can know your trade-offs going in and knowing, hey, if I send my atoms to PayPal node or PayPal zone, I might not get them back, but I'm willing to do that because of some feature they offer or whatever. Like, so I guess it's just like the centralization is apparent. It's not like this fake decentralization or somebody saying like, oh, we're perfectly decentralized. It's like, actually, like, it's a scale, and there will be some that are better than others and some that are not decentralized at all. And that's perfectly fine if it fits their use case.
Yeah, and this basically, go ahead, man, go ahead.
Sorry, Immasssi, you go for it.
No, just quickly wanted to mention that it basically circles back to the modularity of the way it's constructed. So if you have a business, it doesn't matter how big it is, anyone. Yeah, if you have a business right now, you want to get on the blockchain, it's super easy. Just look into Starport on Cosmos. So you can basically launch your own SDK-based chain in a matter of minutes. You need maybe one developer, and you can start your own chain. Work on your use cases, and back to the modularity. So for private companies, it's really easy. You can use any consensus. You can use any module that you want. It's super easy for like Joe said, you can have a completely private closed-off blockchain and still use IBC for specific use cases. So yeah, this is huge in my opinion.
Yeah, Immasssi, just to sort of tack onto that, the SDK in a validator set is a great way to represent a company. The tokens are the company equity, and the validators are the people actually running those systems. And governance is how that company distributes funds to its members. And this mimicking of this existing system, i.e. companies that we have in real life, is, I think, a way better model, i.e. model something that exists and try to see if it will get usage. And what we found is that this type of proof of stake blockchain very nicely models what a company looks like and allows you to operate in a lot of really standard ways. And that to me is really exciting. And what do companies do? They transact with each other, and we have a native way for those companies to transact with each other in IBC.
Exactly, and you still, because obviously as a company, there's certain data that you do not want to share with the public, so you're not restricted by having to be a public blockchain. You can be a private blockchain and still have IBC working for you. Yeah,
that's a great point. That's a really good point, actually.
Yeah,
and you can always route a packet through secret. And I mean, if we want to do the more public decentralized path, you route a packet through secret. So anyway,
totally.
We got 2.5 minutes left here.
Yeah, that's all those features. All those features are just available over IBC, and you don't have to build them into your blockchain, which is really, really powerful. Okay, one last question. Yelna, who is the IBC go-to-market lead at Informal. Hey, Yelna, thank you for joining us today. Asks, can you guys share an example of a YouTube influencer you're excited to talk about, Adam? I know we have a large list of them, but and I know that we've picked a couple lately, but Immasssi, do you know any folks that we're excited to talk about?
I mean, to be honest, I'd rather not drop any names too soon. I mean, we're rolling this out next week, and some are in the process of signing the contracts right now. So if we drop them right now, I think it would front run the process a little bit. So maybe we can come back to this next week and just keep you guys posted on all the names. It's going to be really exciting. We have a lot of the big names lined up. So yeah, you're going to be surprised here.
But yeah, thank you for the comment, the question, Yelna, and we will be sharing a lot more about that. And I think I'd like to have this group on towards the end of the marketing campaign to sort of recap and talk about it. But one of the other things that I want to share is that internally, one of the things that we're going to be using to gauge success is this website called Luna Crush, which does nice crypto social rankings. And during this sort of informal campaign period, we've been able to really boost Adam in those rankings. And I'm really looking forward to see how we track historically once this spin starts. So that is our success metric in what we're looking at to help judge the value of this marketing campaign. Yeah. All right. Well, that sort of brings us to the end here. Any last comments before we go, guys?
I'm just stoked for Stargate, man. Stargate, IBC, good things. A lot of hard work's been put in to get to this point. People that jump in right now may not realize that, and they hear from fudders that, oh, it's delay. Like, this is some difficult shit. We're like groundbreaking, like tech right here. So expecting perfection is naive, but I think that we're in the right position at the right time. This marketing thing couldn't have come together at a better time. The community had massive support. I'm just stoked. It's good to be a cosmonaut, man. Right time.
Awesome.
What about you, man?
Immasssi?
No, I just want to say overall it's really exciting. I mean, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I'm constantly tweeting about the latest in the ecosystem. Yeah, so my final say is basically, guys, if you're thinking about getting active, join us on Telegram in the Cosmonaut group. We can use everyone. Yeah, everyone that's active. It's really a big help. So yeah, feel free to stop by, get involved. You know, everyone's really friendly there. So there's don't hesitate. Yeah.
Yep, couldn't agree more, man.
Absolutely. And before we go here, I got a couple more things. Please go join us at this Atom Cosmonauts and come join the community on Telegram that we've got, or on Twitter. We're very, very friendly, and you know, you'll run into Immasssi, Joe, and I pretty frequently. And I do want to say a huge thank you to Sisla and the OmniFlix media team. Thank you guys again for hosting. And that hosting is, again, also in collaboration with Citizen Cosmos, which produces some excellent Cosmos-related podcasts and other content. We love both of those folks and could not do this without them. So thank you very, very much to both of those teams for helping me produce this content. Joe, Immasssi?
I also want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in, and thank you for the good questions, Yelena and Menno, and hope to see you guys soon. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, let's wrap this up, and don't forget to cover your GME calls. You guys have a good one.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out.